Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hollyoaks has confirmed Jeremy Blake's next target after he committed his latest murder this week. Last month, viewers were shocked when Jez killed Dilly after she found out it was Sienna who caused Ethan's death. When he explained what he had done to a horrified Sienna, it was also revealed that he is a serial killer, and he has a huge book documenting all his victims. Best streaming services. This week, Martha told Jez and Sienna that she had been talking to Abe about their family drama and had revealed to him where Dilly was buried. Later, after Cleo had taken Abe captive in an act of revenge, Sienna accepted that they should take him to the police and tell them everything. But Jez overheard this and took matters into his own hands. Jez freed Abe from the basement and promised to help him get away from the village, but he then strangled him to death in the woods. Hollyoaks to escalate row bullying story in frightening scenes. It looked like he would get away with this latest crime, as shortly after Grace shot Abe's dead body and framed Mercedes, who was arrested for Abe's murder. However, Jez still needs to cover his tracks, and in scenes that will air next week, he sneaks into Cleo's room at night while she is sleeping. Cleo wakes up and is shocked to find him standing over her. Jez explains that he had come in to check on her as she was suffering from night terrors. But the situation gets worse when Cleo notices that he has the keys to her old flat. Hollyoaks Frankie to be targeted in mysterious cat story. He makes his excuses again and offers to hand them back to the estate agents to save her the pain of having to do so. This frightening encounter leaves Cleo suspicious of Jez and unsure about what to believe. Will she be the one to expose Jez's horrific crimes? Also next week, Cleo is reluctant to speak to Sienna about their kiss, and she is more concerned about trying to get her cousin Mercedes out of prison. But she later changes her mind and apologizes to Sienna for being off with her. Will their surprise romance continue to blossom? In the heart of Hollyoaks, danger and intrigue were never far away. The village had seen its fair share of heartbreak and shock. But nothing could have prepared its residents for the latest twist. The devastating death of a beloved character at the hands of Jeremy Blake, a cunning and calculating villain who had recently taken up residence in the village. As the news of the death spread, the atmosphere in Hollyoaks grew tense. Grief mingled with fear, and whispers filled the streets. Who would be next? Jeremy's menacing presence loomed over the village like a dark cloud, and the residents knew they had to stay vigilant. A village in mourning, the aftermath of the tragic death was palpable. At the Dog in the Pond, villagers gathered to mourn and share memories of their lost friend. Tears flowed freely, and the pub, usually filled with laughter and music, was eerily quiet. Nancy Osborne stood at the bar, her eyes red from crying. "We have to do something," she said, her voice trembling. "We can't let Jeremy get away with this." Beside her, Darren Osborne nodded grimly. "The police are involved, but we both know that's not enough. He's always one step ahead." Across the room, Stehey clenched his fists. "Then we need to be smarter," he said fiercely. "We have to protect each other." Jeremy's next move. Unbeknownst to the villagers, Jeremy was already plotting his next move. Hidden away in a dimly lit warehouse on the outskirts of the village, he studied photographs spread across a table. Each image showed a different resident of Hollyoaks, potential targets in his twisted game. His eyes settled on one photo in particular, Sienna Blake. A cold smile spread across his face. "You've always thought you were untouchable," he muttered to himself. "Let's see how strong you really are." Sienna, fiercely protective of her children and known for her resilience, was unaware of the danger closing in on her. But if Jeremy thought she would be an easy target, he was sorely mistaken. Sienna's determination. At her home, Sienna sensed that something was amiss. Years of living through chaos had sharpened her instincts, and she couldn't shake the feeling that trouble was brewing. "Mom, are you okay?" Sophie asked, her brow furrowed with concern. Sienna forced a smile. "I'm fine, sweetheart. just thinking about everything that's happened. Ethan Williams, who had been staying close to Sienna since the tragedy, placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We'll get through this," he promised. "But we need to be prepared. Jeremy won't stop until he gets what he wants." Sienna's jaw clenched. "Then we'll stop him first." A village united. As word spread that Jeremy had set his sights on Sienna, the villagers rallied together. Old rivalries were set aside, and alliances were formed. "We need to work as a team," Steve said during a meeting at the community center. "Jeremy's dangerous, but he's not invincible. We know this village better than he does. We have the advantage." Lila Lomax agreed. "We can set up patrols and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. If he tries anything, we'll be ready." Even Warren Fox, who had a complicated history with Sienna, stepped up. "I'm not letting that psycho anywhere near my kids," he vowed. A high-stakes showdown. Despite their best efforts, Jeremy managed to evade capture. One evening, as darkness fell over Hollyoaks, he made his move. Sienna was walking home from the school when she heard footsteps behind her. Her heart raced as she quickened her pace, but the sound grew closer. "Sienna," Jeremy's voice called out, smooth and menacing. She spun around, her fists clenched. "What do you want?" He smirked. "Just a chat." "Stay away from me and my family," she warned. Jeremy's expression darkened. "Oh, Sienna, you should know by now that I always get what I want." Before she could respond, Ethan appeared from the shadows, his face set in determination. "Not this time," he said firmly. A tense standoff ensued. Sienna's breath caught in her throat as Jeremy's hand twitched toward his jacket. But the sound of sirens in the distance made him hesitate. "This isn't over," he hissed before disappearing into the night. Hope and resilience. In the days that followed, the villagers remained on high alert. But there was a renewed sense of hope. They had faced danger before and come out stronger. Sienna, reflecting on the events, spoke to a gathering at the village square. "We've lost someone we loved, and nothing will ever change that," she said, her voice steady. "But we can't let fear control us. We're stronger together, and we will overcome this." Her words were met with applause and nods of agreement. Hollyoaks was a village defined by its resilience, and its residents were determined to protect each other. A message from Jeremy. Just when they thought the worst was over, a chilling message arrived at Sienna's doorstep. A single black rose with a note that read, "I'll be seeing you." Despite the ominous warning, Sienna remained defiant. She knew that Jeremy's reign of terror was far from over, but she was ready for whatever came next. The next chapter. As Hollyoaks braced itself for more drama, one thing was clear. Jeremy Blake had underestimated the strength of its residents. With courage, unity, and unwavering determination, they were prepared to face any challenge. And while Jeremy plotted his next move, Sienna and the rest of the village stood firm, ready to fight for their future and reclaim their peace. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Hollyoaks Update YouTube channel for more update news.